Okay, so the next application we can use is to find the distance. And if we know that distance is the velocity times the time, but if the distance varies, it is not so easy to determine the distance traveled. We can find the distance knowing the velocity and the time elapsed. And so the next problem is kind of an example of this. Suppose an odometer in our car is broken, but we want to estimate the distance driven over a 30-second time interval. We take a speed reading from every 5 seconds and record them to the following table. That would be this first one. What I want to point out to you is that this one, the time's in seconds, but the velocity is in miles per hour because your car will say miles per hour in America. Other countries, it might say kilometers per hour or something like that. But this next table takes it from miles per hour and converts it to feet per second. And so I'm going to show you how to do this. We'll just do it for one example and you'll see where the other numbers came from, hopefully. So let's do it. We've got 5,280 miles in 3,600 seconds. Okay. That's going to be your miles per hour. I'm sorry, not miles, feet. This many feet in 1 mile. And then this is obviously this many seconds in 1 hour. Okay, so that's the conversion rate. So if we want to do 17 miles per hour, then we have 3,600 seconds in an hour. And 17 times 5,280. And I don't know what that is. 17 times 5,280 is, this is going to be 89,760 divided by 3,600. And that is going to equal 24.933. Repeating, and so they rounded up to 25 feet per 1 second. Okay, and then if you want to get the other numbers, obviously you just do 21, or I'm sorry, 21, and so on and so forth. And you could get the other table that was presented to you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we know that the time is going to be every 5 seconds. So we're just going to have a lot of different numbers, right? We're going to have, let's see. So we've got 25 times 5. And then we've got 31 times 5. 35 times 5. 43 times 5. 47 times 5, 45 times 5, and let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only have 6 intervals though, because remember, this is 5 seconds. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 seconds total. And so what we're actually doing is we are using the beginning portion. So we're using like a left-handed one. And so our estimate here is going to be 5 times 25 plus 31 plus 35, 43 plus 47 plus 45, which is going to equal 1,130 feet. Okay, so we stopped one short. We noticed we didn't use the 41 in this table, but that's because we used the left side of the estimate. And then for the other one, if you wanted to do it again, you would just simply start at 31 and go to 41 and do it that way. And so you'd get something that looks like 5. And now you start at 31, 35, 43, 47, 45, and then the last number on the table is 41. And if you add all these together, now you get 1210 feet. And so if you wanted it more accurate, you'd have to get more velocity readings. So perhaps maybe every 2 seconds or every second you'd get the velocity reading. And so you could get it kind of closer, but we would expect the distance traveled to be somewhere between 1130 and 1210. I guess you could kind of include these. I don't think it matters. It'd be somewhere in that range because we know it's an overestimate, underestimate. We just know it's somewhere between there. So I guess you don't need these. You could use open circles because it won't equal either of these. It should be between them somewhere. And that's how you could get a more precise calculation of this. And then one last thing in this section is the distance formula. And so they give us the distance is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity. So that's your n intervals of f of t I minus 1. So that would be the left-handed. This would be the t I minus 1. And this would be the t I. And so you can kind of start on either you start on the first, you end on the second to last, or you start on the second and you end on the last. So either one works. And so that's kind of how you can see these two formulas work themselves out. So don't forget you have a quiz. It will be due sometime soon. You have homework and things to do. You have a test coming up eventually. I think we do 4 more sections and then I think it's the next test. So make sure you guys are keeping up with everything. Thank you guys for watching and have a good day.